Wrong button. Wait, what am I streaming on? Am I still streaming on YouTube? I didn't switch to my Twitch, right? What? YouTube, what's going on today? Listen. Alright, cool. I'm glad I didn't switch to my fucking Twitch. That would have been awkward. Have all these YouTube highlights and yet I'm on Twitch. Yikes. Alright, so right now we're just cooking up. Be 2 beats like normal. Alright. This is a sample we're using right now. Both the samples I picked out tonight are in E minor. Sad vibes. One's fast, this one's kind of like rod wave speed, you know? I think that one's supposed to drag out. Damn. Supposed to be cut off like that? Rough. Alright. Ugh. What kind of hair fly am I on? Ew. Alright, let's pick up the drums. I still can't hear out of my right ear very well, so mixing is gonna be tough. We'll give that a try for a little bit. Give it a whirl. Haven't used that before. Alright. So we want a little more bounce. Not drill. There we go. Let's clone this. Copy and paste that clap so there's a layer. Turn the second layer down a little bit. Turn my volume up a little bit. It's hard mixing with one ear. Turn that down a little bit in pitch. Alright. Alright, let me do some research. Whoa. There we go. Jesus. Mike's acting weird. Okay, I think it's better. I'm gonna change the 808. I already don't like it. Bruh. Bro, what the fuck is this mic right now? Okay. I think it's good. Like 8 times the charm? 8 times the charm? meant to D. Got it. And boom, boom, boom. C. Let's see. B. Is it just up an octave? Yeah. Alright, so I know there's a lot of new subscribers. What I do is I copy and paste the kick or the 808 pattern. I control C, I highlight this rectangle here, and I control V on there. Now I click into it, I control A, Alt K. Now what that does is that gives me a root note. Now you have to set it up. I'll make a video later explaining that, but what this does is this it's the same pattern as what you have for the 808, but it has a specific root note to follow, so that way it's not pitching like the 808. Now, like I said, there's a lot of new people that will probably watch this later. What I recommend is going into your master channel and soft clipping your mix. A lot of people look down on it. It doesn't matter. How to get that crunch on your drums. How do I word this? How to get that crunch on your drums is to soft clip it. Unless you take off the limiter right here at the bottom, then you will have naturally crunchy drums, but I allow that limiter so that way it never gets to a certain point where it's peaking. All right. This is a pretty easy open hat pattern. I'm gonna add a little flair to it, you'll see. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go make sure those are low, but I remember, so because I'm doing like little accents like this, you want to make sure it's cut. So what you want to do is you want to right click on the sound you're using, and you'll want you can't see it because I don't have windows, all open windows on the software allowed for streaming, like to be viewable, but there's a little button right here that says cut itself. You'll cut it. And then what that does is that doesn't overlap itself when you're repeating a sample, like making it more notes for it. It won't overlap. All right, let's actually build suspense there. And you know what? Actually, you know what would be kind of dope is if it panned. So leave that in the middle there. Slightly to the right, you can barely tell. But like even more dramatic with that build up. Starting to dig like open hi-hats being accents and ambiance. I haven't even used the snare yet. I don't, and like that's not a pivotal part in this beat. It's just going to be a little accent that shows up here and there. I think it's important to let the drums breathe, not to cram it too much. Sorry, my elbow. It's all zoinked up, but I think it's important to have breathing room for your drums, because if you don't have breathing room for your drums, then it's going to sound super cluttered. And when your beat sounds super cluttered, it creates a lot of inadvertent clipping on sounds, and a lot of stuff gets overbearing to where the artist just doesn't want to hop on it. So it's always important when you're making a track to make it simple, and to make sure to leave room for the artist to actually rap on it. Alright, so let me just, for example, like that's probably the extent. And like right there, if I'm hearing that right. Alright, so 3 hits, that's all you need. And it already sounds like a banger. Oh, another key thing. I emphasize this a lot. I emphasize this a ton when I'm doing beats. Make sure to have a ghost note at the end of your phrases for your 808s. Sorry for the mic. Make sure to... Okay. Make sure to have that ghost note at the end of your... Really? At the end of the phrase of your 808s, otherwise it will tail off and sound really muddy when you're transitioning to another part of the song that doesn't particularly have 808s. So I'm gonna spruce up these 808s really quick. Actually, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clone it. Cut it. So now this is more of an advanced thing, but just what I did here, sample, is I cloned it like I told you. I clicked reverse here. I went to the toolbar here and I cut it down to 2. And it should be cut. And now what that does is that enables it to, as I said before, to cut itself and match the first 808. This is gonna create dramatics. Between hits. So I gotta make sure that Oftentimes what you have to do is you have to turn down the attack, turn up the hold, decay, all that. Make sure that's turned down. Oh, I'm not bright. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to trim this so it actually matches. Yeah, this sounds very strong, very cadency, very somber. Alright, now here's what the main melody. Here, actually, let me cut out the low ends. So another thing you want to do is when you have samples, you want to make sure that the sample doesn't override your bass tones. A lot of times loop makers will make loops with full sounds, and that's totally fine. There's nothing against that, but it kind of interferes with your low end, and you want to cut that out so that way your end can shine and theirs doesn't overpower and create this blurb sound in your mix. So I'm going to go to parametric EQ2, the 20 hertz. And I'm going to go all the way to the 100 mark here. Close it. Boom. Here's how it sounds so far. That sounds really good, like really good. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a second set of drums, similar foundation. They're just gonna be more relaxed though, because it is the these are the verse drums. This is usually when the artist kind of projects himself in and pours out whatever they have out on the table. I usually only make one verse tracks now because I do work with an artist. I do it so that way there's not that pressure of filling two verses unless they are ready to do that. Alright, let's get it popping. Alright, so usually with my basic stuff, with my second set of drums, I throw in a lot of midis because there's just not a lot to accentuate on this part. And more times than not, a lot of these sources are found through Twitter, through some of them you do have to buy, like there's quite a few that I've bought through here. Some have Reddit links. It really just all depends. But yeah, there's a lot of different sources out there. I still grab loop kits from YouTube. I love YouTube loop kits. There's a lot of talent out there that is not discovered. And it amazes me how they haven't been discovered yet. So I'm going to use this basic 808 line because it's really not that complicated. And I'm going to kind of build up on it. So I'm kind of going to do a little roll there. So what I'm going to do. Nope, not what I wanted at all. Was it F sharp? Yeah. Split that in half. And then bring that up an octave. Just kind of little things to spice it up. And then you could go like, boom. And because D and B are complementary notes, that explains why I put that D there. And add a little roll here. Actually, make it smaller. You know, that little roll kind of gives that EXO Tour Live vibe. Alright, remember, I copied and pasted it. So you Control C in that little rectangle, go into the kicks, Control V, alright? So you double click, go into that piano roll, Control A, Alt K. Gives you a root note. Alright, you're gonna get all the rolls from the kick. Get out of there because that clashes with the 808. And I won't do these two. Whenever it reaches a higher point, I won't, like high octave 808. Yeah, that sounds nice. Very nice. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go down and I'm going to bring them lower. Actually, higher, because I want that build up again. There we go. Sounds really, really nice. Alright, so now what we'll do is we'll drag this down here and we'll play with this. It's really easy once you start making beats regularly. I've been making beats for 3.5 years, and I can honestly tell you that once you start getting into a rudiment, it's really hard to kind of break away, and not in a negative way at all. It's really hard to break away and go back to a poor pattern that you had. That's why like making beats for me is super easy. I can get one done in like 30 minutes, but I'm kind of explaining this one, so that's why it's taking me a little bit longer. But realistically, this would take me like 20 minutes to really like dish out, you know? So this is what it sounds like. One bottle down. I got 2 more. Once I'm done with the water, I'm out. I'm out. All about hydration. If I gotta go grab more water, I'm screwed. Streams in shambles. Alright. By the way, if you guys are from, if anybody that watches this in the future that's from TikTok, thank you so much for the love on the TikTok, on my TikTok. I really appreciate that. Honestly, that was a Hail Mary post. I didn't think anything would come of it. I kind of was just like, okay. Actually, I was on the verge of kind of letting go of the app because it was just doing so mediocre. Like literally before I posted that, I was at like 30 followers, and I was like, well, this is really funny in my opinion. Maybe some people will find this funny too. And when I first posted it, it was kind of going quiet, and then like an hour later, boom, it was like for 8 hours straight, just 150 likes coming in at a time. Like, holy. And then it stopped because I got blocked. And then within the last 24 hours, it has literally gained 4,000 likes. I don't even know. It's been 6 days. Like, it's crazy. I'm really all for it. TikTok is a crazy platform. I'm appreciative of it. Alright, so we're going to start this off piano. Sadness. And we're going to add the voices. I'm pretty sure this is the voices. Yep. Alright, so now what I like to do, I know it's typical and I've made like literally 100 beats like this, but I don't care. I like to throw on the open hi-hat that hits on count 1. The for slow beats anyway. Throw the open hi-hat that hits on count 1, the hi-hat, and the claps. That gives enough juice for a pre-hook for the artist to kind of start saying some stuff. Or, I mean, they can harmonize, because I know Rod Wave likes to do that. He harmonizes for his time in the pre-hook, and then he goes into the hook and starts saying stuff. So, like, for example, I'm going to cut it off on count 8, 4. And then that's when the drums are going to come in. I'm thinking I'm going to do this. So I'm going to have this start off first. And then have these bleed into each other. Sounds really pretty right now, and then just now, okay, so what I like to do is I kind of trick the listener into thinking that the verse is done when I clearly know that it's not. What I'll do is I'll add cutouts. And kind of leave them on suspense. So, for example, I'm going to cut this all the way to, I guess you could say bar 3. And I'm going to cut the first hit on the clap on the second set for the verse. Or on the hook. So, I'll get a little play-by-play. So this is still... And it's still the verse. Or hook. Damn it. Fuck. And now you can take the verse Now it's actually the verse. Now you can take the verse however you really want to. It really just depends on the avenue that you're trying to structure. I typically like to throw either an 808 or just an outright breakdown of the melody, where it's just the naked melody. For example, like, let's grab this here. Grab that here. What I'll do is I'll make this unique. What I'll do is I'll bring this down. Fuck. Here. I'll bring this down here so that I know. But like what I saw on YouTube, how I learned is I'll make this unique. There's a little button. So in the top left corner here, there's a little sample button. You're gonna click that, make unique. Okay. So now that's its own sample. It's just a duplicate of the original sample, but you can do whatever you want with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pitch it down so it sounds like cellos. Now when you pitch it down this whole knob, it's a whole octave. Now it will sound a little weird at first, and that's where you've got to kind of tweak it to your liking. So like, I kind of want the middle voices to kind of embellish here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of choke it. Choke some of them. Choke some of those high tones so that way the middle can kind of highlight. And I'm going to add a little bit of my favorite plugin called RC20. Now with that, what you're going to do is you're going to what it does is it kind of enhances the audio that you give it, but it's based on mixer the mixing channel, and so yeah, pretty much it's just like a reverb and atmospheric plugin. It's one of my favorites. So I'll add like a sad piano over it. It's the sad piano filter. This is what it sounds like by itself. I like that. With the high tones of the piano, I like that. They highlight each other. Alright, so anyway, now we're kind of getting into a more serious part of the song because there's a message starting to surface from the artist, right? So now our job as the producer is to kind of create that groove again, get the listener back in, like kind of head bop while they're listening to what the artist has to say. So what I like to do is I give the artist four bars. It's not really 4 bars. It's more like, 2 counts. I call it 2 counts. But it's essentially 4 bars to kind of say their piece, and then I have something come in. Typically, it's the hi-hat and the clap, and then I cut it off on 4 here, and then I have the kick, the 808, the clap, and the hi-hat come in. And now what I'll do is I'll bring the piano back in, and I'll actually have the normal tone violin back. Now I'll actually throw in this. Now I kind of do my beats weird. I make them 12 bars of verse and then 4 bars of pre-hook. But I mean, they can make it 16 bars of a verse and then hook. It just all depends on the artist. The artist that I work with primarily does the 12 for hook setup. Like I said, it just really all depends on who you're working with. So this is what it would sound like. What? Oh shit. I gotta allow them all to breathe in the mixer, man. Oh. Breathe. Now what I could do here is I can chop off that, create dramatics. I could even chop this, make this unique. Just make this specific part reversed. I'm cracked. I'm cracked. All right. Now what we're going to do is for that final hoorah, we're going to add these drums here. Cut that off before it goes any further. And then I guess I can do that, right? And then copy this and boom. Huge. And then we'll so what I like to do for that last verse so that people know it's the last not verse, hook, back is to kind of leave the hi-hat out and then cut on bar 4 everything else and leave the clap there. Now what I'll do is we started with the piano and the voice. We're ending with the piano and voice. Now this is just a basic beat. This is how I make my structure, my beats. This is how I get. This is how I make them so quick. It's a pretty easy formula. It's not too difficult to follow. A lot of the big producers that I look up to kind of follow this similar formula. One thing I will add, I'll do it all in one sitting since I'm just talking anyway. I'm gonna quickly add effects. That creates a more cinematic tone to your beats. What that does is that kind of creates an ear cue to the listener on how to on mental preparation for the transition to another part, if that makes sense. It's huge. It's very important. If you do not have those, you are missing out on a very big part of your beats. Seriously. Like, they are very, very important. I'm glad I do them. So because I was kind of talking through this one, I'm going to kind of run through the other beat so you can kind of see it in action, the work. So like I'm going to use this effect for the first impact on the hook to let everybody know, like, hey, it's the hook. Fucking pay attention, idiot. No, I'm kidding. Alright, so then I have another one here, the basic riser. I'm going to use it for this this hit. So like, for example, I'm not going to put it right on count 2 or right on count 1. Like, it's not going to release there. I'm going to put it on count 2 because the clap is what leads into everything coming back together, right? So, for example, Everything leads in together. If you have that, it's more cinematic. If you do it right here, it's just not the same. Like, it doesn't hit the same. Now, okay, if you wanted to be a little more savvy, you could do both, but then it's kind of overbearing for the listener because you're kind of oversaturating the effects, you know? It's better to just have one or the other, and to be honest, the leaving you hanging isn't bad, but not for a first hook. It's not the best option. When you're talking about having the listener's attention for the first time, you want to make sure they're captivated. If they can kind of predict where that riser is going to be, they'll be more likely bored. So, you know, adding something as small as that can make the beat that much better. So, like for this one, I'm still going to add it, even if there's this gap, because this has nothing to do with this. Right? Another... So we want to transition here. I like to use this one a lot. I'll turn it down because it does get loud. Again, I can't hear out of my right ear very well, so I don't know if it's too loud for you guys. Okay, I'm deaf, but I'm not that deaf. I know that was quiet. So then I like to use a dropper. Where's my laser dropper? The laser dropper is very, very nice. It kind of sets that tone of transition even more. You want to have, like I said, you want to have more sounds to know that there's different parts of the song that you're going to, because you want to have risers and sound effects that are tasteful but not overbearing to the listener, so they know that there is another part of the song coming. It's just basic. It's just basic song construction, composition, songwriting, however you want to look at it. Now, because I don't have a crash or an open hat right here, sorry for the mic, I'm going to put a crash dropper here. Kind of adds a little flair to the drums. Still doesn't have the same effect as a crash, but it definitely leaves a presence there, like as if there were an open hat there. Now, okay, for that specific part, hang on, give me a sec. I know it's all muscle memory. For that specific part, I can definitely add like this basic riser, and it'd be okay because it's reversed here, and it kind of sounds like it's leading into something else, you know? Sounds very clean, very mwah, you know? I mean, you could even add something here. It's not necessary because the artist is still rapping on the verse, but I mean, it never hurts. Alright, I already know how this is gonna go, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna initiate the song mixing volume position, and I'm gonna create an automation clip. Now what that does is that brings an automation clip of the master volume into the playlist. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to go all the way to the end here where I have the outro, and I'm going to bring it the volume down so the listener knows, hey, it's the end of the song, right? Now I just need my tag and Trevi's. Alright, so let me open file location. I really need my tags like pinned somewhere. It's a pain in the ass trying to find them all the time, you know? Alright, so I cut it. Now this is my tag, so obviously you won't have, you know, access to this per se, but you want to just like a note. I think a lot of people know this, but you know, just food for thought. Make sure your tag fits in the beat, like on time. There's a lot of people that just throw their tag on there for giggles and don't make sure it's in time with the beat. See, for me, I have a pocket, a specific pocket that mine goes off because I've done it for so much, or for so long. I know where to put it. Okay, and then I need to turn it down. Let me get Trevi's tag coming. So let me go to my email. Actually, I think I have it, like, already. Yep, I have 5 copies. Nice. What the fuck is it? Okay. So let me just hear his.
Trevi, don't stop.
So I have to kind of stretch his to fit the pocket of the beat because his is a little slower.
Trevi, don't stop.
There we go. That works. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Mine's kind of loud. Whoa. What? Oh yeah. Alright, so this is the final product. Hopefully this was kind of an easy tutorial. I'm gonna make like a brief version of this on TikTok if this is too like long, but yeah, this is what it sounds like.
Trevi, don't stop.
Alright, and that was that. Let me know what you thought, if anybody is in here. Yeah. I'm going to say this really quick and move on to the next beat. Like I said, it's going to be kind of a speed run, kind of what I'm used to. Just kind of go, go, go. This was, like I said, kind of the lesson one, and I kind of do that typically. Is like my first beat is the one where I break down everything, I teach everybody like my thought process, and then the second one is usually the one where I just kind of fly through, kind of quiet, and just truck along unless chat's going off, which is kind of quiet tonight, which whatever, you know, we're chilling, we're vibing. Concentrate 159 BPM E minor, and then put all the people involved. All right, cool. Saving it, and I gotta export it. Make sure you, as a producer, always have a copy of your beat in waveform and MP3 form, no matter what, because depending on the artist that you're working with, how close you are to them, that depends on the quality of file you give them. You know, I give Mercy, the person or the artist that I work with exclusively right now, I give him usually WAV files. I give him WAV files, I believe, through Dropbox, and then through text when he's recording, I give him MP3s. MP3s are easier to record because they don't have the little beginning, like little beginning sample or silence, the little beginning silence, but it is a higher quality from WAV form. But a lot of people are preferring the MP3 format because it's just faster to work in rather than taking the time to chop that up. Okay, so like I said, don't take it personal. I just am quiet when I make my second beat and I just go through the motions. Sorry if I move a little too fast. Yeah, this is like a pop beat. Hang on. This is kind of nice. So definitely like pop trap vibes. You know? What? I had it at 188. Fucking stupid ass fucking. Ooh, that sub bass kind of groovy. Make a summer hit out of this. Yeah, that shit is crazy. I love this. Alright, so for this one, I'm not going to make crazy drums. I mean, I know I'm kind of giving a play-by-play, and I said that I wasn't, but I'm not going to make crazy drums. This one doesn't need it. Let's just... You know? You know, I thought about making... I'm just going to be talking in general. I thought about making some, like, fucking 2000s... pop. Like, Britney Spears circus type stuff. Just for some variety. You know? I feel like that would go crazy. Oh, money already? Alright, so we boom. Make sure these are now with pop you don't need no heavy drum or heavy 808. I say and the first thing I fucking click is a heavy 808. This is like as heavy as you should go. This kind of sounds nice. Fuck it. We'll use this one. I dig it. Okay, I'm not crazy. Cool. It's a little too fat for me. What? Oh, gee, got him. Got him. This kind of sounds smooth already. What? Let's go. Now it just needs a little rat kick. Boom. Actually, it's kind of hot if it goes there. Actually, no. I got an idea. It's kind of crazy. I love these beats, man. They're so fun. And you only need one pattern of drums because it's so easy. So, okay. I know I said I wasn't going to really explain, but because it's such an easy beat, there's going to be two 808s. There's going to be the light one and then kind of the heavier one. Now, I know I said like don't have a heavy 808, but you can have it, but don't have it in the tone that you think. Don't have it like a drill beat where it slides everywhere. Have it literally copy and pasted of the exact same pattern. It just gives a darker tone, you know? Cool. Cool. Glad we got that out of the way. So, like, for example, I'm going to use this 808. This is my favorite 808 ever. Boom. And the only difference between this pattern and this pattern is literally going to be that 808. I know a lot of people like make beats sound harder than they are. They're really not that difficult, man. Don't let people lie to you. Now, finding variety and not getting burnt out, that's a different challenge, you know, because, you know, it's really easy to make the same thing like 100 times. But, you know, for a lot of people, that's okay with them. There we go. That sounds a lot better. Holy shit. I mean, I guess I could always... Fuck it. You know? What? Fuck off. You're so annoying. that was that. Let me know what you thought when whoever sees this. Sorry for the mic. Alrighty. That is it. I'm going to call the stream. You guys have a good night.